Finally, 2 days of 72 degrees. Did you recommend tight seal undercoating? Yes, I did. Did you use it? Why did you put candy in the clear for moped? Because clear is a carrier. You could, that's the way you could do it. You don't have to use a candy carrier because what we were using was candy concentrate. Okay, candy concentrate is added into candy carrier that House of Color sells, which is basically a clear coat. It's the same exact thing as a clear coat. So I was able to use a regular clear coat, add my candy concentrate, and you just spray it like candy. And then if you want to, you could finish it just like that, right? Like I did the moped, or you can finish it on your desired candy color. Then you could have a batch of clear coat, just clear coat, and just clear over your candy. It works, okay? And that's why I added candy concentrate to my clear coat. A clear coat can be used as a carrier, okay? To carry pearls, you could literally. This is why this is why I say you can add pearls and flake in your clear coat, and then you could put clear on top of that. Or if you're using super fine pearls, you don't have to clear over it. It's just in your clear coat. Your pearls are in your clear coat. The only issue is you have to be careful when spraying candies or pearls in clear coats. Even if a candy carrier, it doesn't matter. You have to make sure you don't run and you don't get tiger striping. And this is where the RADS paint formula comes in, because I show you the proper way to set up your guns and the proper way to paint. So go to radspaintformula.com/rads, get the free training. Do you have to spray silver before candy paint job? No, you don't. And we talk about this in my other videos and also in VIP. Ganesh, if you're a total newbie, I recommend spraying a candy over a similar color. So if you're looking to do like, see both these projects here are candy. These moped projects and the motorcycle, this is all candy sprayed over silver. But if you're a total newbie, first timer, I recommend, if you're going to be laying a red candy, spray over a red base coat. Okay, it's going to be a tint darker, but not too much. All right, you're going to be able to use less candy, but you're still going to get that candy effect. All right, and also, as Cycle Sport Services says, 75% overlay when doing candy. Okay, and you always want to run the full length of the panel. Okay, so if you're doing a candy car, some huge car like this, you're going to literally be going the full side of the car. Okay, you're not going to be doing the quarter panel and then stopping at the door here, or 10% into the door, because you're going to end up with a candy stripe, a dark stripe going down like that. You guys know what I'm saying? And guys, we show this all on video in VIP. With 400 after first coat of one step. What should I use to clean, dust, and prep prior to second coat? I see some recommending Windex and vinegar. I'm not sure. You shouldn't have to clean or do anything to do a top coat. Just blow it off and then spray your second coat. And I don't know why you would sand with 400 after the first coat. There's no sanding in between. No sanding required. You just lay your first coat and then you lay your next coat. You're spraying undercoating, buddy. Undercoating. But if you're at that point where you want to spray more on top of it, I would just blow it off. Use a tack rag and just spray more on top of it. You don't have to use any Windex or vinegar, any of that. Just blow it off. Take the dust off and then do it. Off topic, but what works best to remove a vinyl top glue from a roof? Appreciate it. If the glue is dried out, some glues that they use, especially for vinyl tops, more like a hard glue. Doesn't remain sticky. You could just sand it off. All right. Like my Chevelle here, I'm planning on taking the vinyl top off and painting the top black and then at a later time having the vinyl top redone, because it needs to be redone. It's not bad, but I have a little peel, a damage in a corner when I shipped it from the mainland, and it needs a new vinyl top. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a complete paint job to this thing anyway. So I'm going to remove the top, prep the whole car, paint the top gloss black, do the yellow on the bottom or whatever color I decide. And then at a later point when I'm ready, I'll go to the upholstery shop and have them re-vinyl top it over the black paint. You know what I mean? So it's not like I have to be in a rush to do it. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan. I got to get the glass pulled. Can candy be painted with panels off the vehicle then reassemble? Again, if you're going to be doing candy, especially with panels that are going to be butting up together, it's better to do it when the panels are really tightly next to each other. So while you're painting, you could make sure you got even coverage across the whole thing. Once you start doing candies separately on panels, you're going to put it together, you're going to see some color differences. So I wouldn't recommend it. If you're doing it all at one time, like I did with this moped project, you could get away with it. You could probably do it. It just depends on if you're used to spraying candy or not. If you're a newbie, just be careful. If you're going to be giving one panel 3 coats, make sure you're giving your other panel 3 coats, and make sure they're kind of close to each other so you can at least visually see how everything looks. Because if one panel looks lighter, then just give it another extra coat, because every candy coat will make it darker, right? The tint will basically, that's faded. Same process of painting a car. I mean, you just got to mask up what you don't want painted, sand it, prep it, prime it if needed, and paint it. 1997 Camry 4-door car. How much candy paint do I need? 1 gallon or quart? If you're going to be spraying a whole car candy, you're going to need much more than a quart. Again, it depends on if you're putting a similar color candy over the base coat, or if you're going to be going with a silver base coat and then putting a candy over it. You're going to need a lot more candy if you're using a silver base coat. If you're spraying a red base coat on the whole car and you're going to spray candy on top of it, you're going to need less candy because the car is already red. You're probably going to need 3 quarts of candy if you're doing over the same color. 3 to 4 quarts mixed. Okay, mixed. If you're doing silver base coat, you might need, 5 quarts of candy, a little bit extra, 5 to 6 quarts of candy. Okay, it depends. It depends on how dark you want it, how much candy you're going to be laying. But I would say, pick up a gallon kit of candy for a complete car, with the reducers. And, when you're mixing, it's probably going to be 1.5 gallons to, 1.75 gallons of material that you'll be able to spray with. Okay. So there you go. Sprayway works. You can use Sprayway. I have some on my table here. Can I second or third coat clear the next day if I had to? I wouldn't do it the next day. I would wait a week or two, let your clear coat dry and cure really well, then sand it with 800 grit, and then lay a flow coat of clear on it. Okay. If it's a panel, if you're doing a customer job and you basically just have to do a panel, then yeah, you could do it in the next day or two, just to get it done. Yeah, 800 to 1,000. I don't like 1,000. I feel like it's too smooth. I normally flow coat over 800, no issues. The clear coat fills it up. But if you want to go down 1,000, you can. 800 to the 1,000 is a sweet spot. If they had if 900 was a popular grit, then I would go with 900, but 800's fine. 1,000's okay as well. Cab, short bed. How much paint should I purchase? 2-stage paint, clear. Thanks for all the info. I'm assuming you're gonna paint the whole thing, right? Whole thing. I would say if you're going to be like, okay, again, it depends on if you're changing the color or not. Okay. And it depends on the paint condition. Sometimes, you're painting a Ram 2500. How bad is the paint? Is it faded only on the tops really? Are the sides pretty good? Because if the sides are good, you usually normally only have to go over it one coat, just to get the new base coat on. And then the top, you could do two to three coats to cover. So you save on base coat that way. But if you're basically changing the entire color of the car, you're gonna definitely need more base coat. That's just how it is. So it's hard for me to give you an answer on that. But I would say a gallon and a half of clear coat before it's mixed would be enough. It'll give you about 2 gallons of clear coat. You're going to have extra, but you would rather, it's better off to have an extra quart of clear that you didn't need than to basically be painting and not have the extra quart that you need. You guys get what I'm saying? With base coats, it's easier because you can save whatever you didn't use, right? Even if you mixed it with reducer, because with base coats, you're not adding activator or hardener, right? You basically can save it. But with clear coat, you got to throw, it's done. If you have an extra pint or a quart or whatever, it's done. That's it, unless you have something else to spray. But Craig, if you want to give me a little bit more info, but as far as the clear coat, normally a gallon is enough for even for a big truck like that, because once you mix it, you're going to get a gallon and a half, minimum of sprayable material. So, if you want to be on the safe side, get a gallon and a half, a gallon and 2 quarts of unmixed. They'll give you over 2 gallons, depending on what brand you use, what clear coat you got, different mixtures, right? Including interior, good paint and clear, color change. Okay. So if you're going to be doing a color change, I would definitely get probably a gallon and a quart or a gallon and a half of. I would just go with 5 quarts of base coat. You're going to end up with extra, and you're definitely going to run through a gallon of paint. Okay. You're definitely going to use a gallon of paint, but I would get maybe, a gallon, 5 quarts of base coat, and then you'll have extra. Using Developus decup system for forever. So a switch to 3M and another brand worth the switch. Notice more people using different cups. It's up to you, man. I mean, you use what you use. I'm using the quick cup system over at Zula.com. If you guys want to check that out. It's the quick cup system. Basically, oh shit. It's a knockoff of the 3M product. I think it's the 3M. It's the 1.0. It's the 1.0 adapter. Okay, now you got the 3M 2.0 adapter. So check that out. I like your paint guns review. I have the Adams X88 and X27, and I love the guns. I mean, they're the only guns I use. Great spray guns, guys. Adam X88, Adam X27, Adam X20. Do you use a whole pack? It depends on how much paint you're going to be using. If you're painting a moped, you're not going to use a whole pack. You're going to probably use, 10 grams, 10, 15 grams, and I show you all of this in my videos. Charlie, check out our Autobody videos, man. We show you all of the things that we do in there. And it's all about just testing, testing out and trying it. If you're going to be mixing a gallon, then I would put a whole pack of Pearl in it. If you're going to be doing a gallon, I would do like a 30-gram pack of Pearl and add that in. All right. What is a good DA to buy? What orbit? I haven't really looked into what orbit to buy. I mean, just get any type of Autobody DA sander, and that's whatever orbit it is. I don't even know the orbit. You're asking me some really technical questions. I don't know. But where are my DA sanders? I like Advantage makes a good DA. Where the heck did I put my DAs? I cleaned my here. Okay, Advantage. This is one of my old DAs. Good DA. You just need a 6-inch orbital, guys. You don't have to go crazy. Oh, what is this one? This is Advantage. Another Advantage that I got. Good DA. This is one from Kovacs. Kovacs actually sent me this one. Another good DA. 6-inch orbital. Okay, that's all you need. And this is a Harbor Freight $30 DA. Zhong-an. Okay. This is all you need. You just need an orbital palm DA to do all your 80 grit rough draft body work. You don't have to get too crazy about it. All right, guys. Peace out. I'll be here next week. Probably.